Hey crafty friends, do I have a fantastic card for you today. We are going a little bigger, but really bolder. You are going to love this star card that is a fun fold that just creates a wonderful statement on your shelf, on your desk. So let's head down to the crafting table. Let's do this. Look at this fantastic card. We have a star. We have an area for you to write, or you can always just write on the back. But this makes a statement that you can put on your shelf. And best of all, it is so easy to create. You just need to grab your trimmer, grab some cardstock, make some score lines, and you can make this beautiful design. It has gone viral on the internet, so let's make this. The first thing you need to do is grab your 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper or pattern paper, and we are going to cut strips of 5 by 4. So we're going to bring in our trimmer. We are going to extend our arm. Now be mindful, if your paper is directional, you want to cut your columns, which will be 4 inches across. But mine, I believe, is okay to cut at any direction. So I'm going to just slip this in, and we're going to cut at 4 inches. We're going to move it on over and cut another 4 inches. And now we have 3 panels. So now we just need to turn them long ways and cut 5 inches. So we're going to cut 1, move it over, cut another 5 inch. So when we finish this, we are going to have 6 mats that are 5 by 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All mats are the same size. Let's go ahead and grab 2, leaving 4 mats. And on these 2 mats, we're going to score a certain way. We're going to score at 1, 2, and 3. Very easy. So put this at the 4-inch side right at the top of your trimmer, and we're going to score at 1, 2, 3 on both pieces of paper. Now make sure that you keep these 2 pieces together. Grab your 4 sheets. And on these mats, we're going to score at 1/2, 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5. So let's grab that. We're going to score at 1/2. And now 1 1/2, 2 1/2, and 3 1/2. And do that on the other 3 mats. Okay, and now we have all our scores done. So we're going to go ahead and take these 4 mats right here, and we're just going to fold on the score lines. It's kind of hard to see, but you need to feel where the score lines are and go ahead and just give it a good crease. Kind of looks like this because we'll be creating a box. And now we need to cut our base mat. And our base mat is 6 by 5. So we're going to start by bringing in our silicone mat, laying it down just like this, and we're going to grab one of the 4 And we're going to decide exactly, making sure that we lay them all the same way. So we are going to look at these two tabs and we're going to put some glue on the left-hand tab. Now, this glue you want to really stick and grab. So because of that, I'm going to use the Tombow. It will really grab this paper. And we are going to lay this fold on this edge right here. So go ahead and just lay it down, line it up right on the edge, and press it down. And now we just need to put some glue right here on this edge. And the easy way to do it is to just fold this down just like this and fold it over. So you fold at the first score line and you fold it over and it creates your box. Now make sure that it doesn't move and it creates your first box. Now we're just going to repeat that process. We're going to grab our folded mat and go ahead and hold it in your hand just like this so that you can see the two tabs. That way you know which tab you're going to glue down first. So I'm going to take this left tab and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on it. And I'm just going to fold that over and put it right up against the other box. Push it down. Make sure it's really pushed down on the inside. And now we want to put glue on this. So we're just repeating this process. Put just a little bit of glue. Now right here on this second score line, we have our tab, we have our second score line. You're just going to fold it over like this and fold it down. And that creates our box. Look at that. So easy, right? Now we're just going to push this down just like this, making sure that the box comes up, and we need to repeat the process on the other side. So let's just push that down. We're going to grab our mat that we scored. We're going to turn it upside down because we want this tab right here to be glued to the end of the mat. So we're just holding it like this in our hands. We're going to put the glue on the left-hand side. Turn it over and just glue it right to the end of the mat. Just making sure that this is glued down really well on the inside. Now we're going to add our glue on this tab. And remember, we are simply folding right here on the second score line. Put it down just like that, fold over and press on your mat. That creates your box. You see it? Just like that. So we're just going to open up our little box and we're going to do the same thing to this one. We're going to hold it upside down and we are going to put our glue right here on whichever side you're going to put on your mat. So I think mine needs to go like that. So the first one I'm going to put is right here. Put a little bit of glue. I'm going to just put that right against the edge of that box. Push it down. Make sure it's really adhered to the mat. And now we're going to just put glue on this tab. So once again, you are just repeating the same process over and over again. We're going to fold on this second score line, just like this, fold it over and push it down. Now, when you go to open this up, you may need to go ahead and just finger open it up. So just put your finger in there. We have our boxes, we have our mat, And now we are going to pick up these 2 mats that were scored at 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and find those score lines and just give them a good crease. They do not have that little tab. It looks like this because we're going to fold them shut just like that. So let's do the other one. Find those score lines and give it a good crease. You can always bring in your bone folder, crease it. And now let me show you what we're going to do. We are going to open up these boxes flat, just like this, because this one gets glued in the center. So take it, close those 2 outside flaps, and we're going to put glue on one of them, making sure that it's the same way as my other flowers. I'm going to put glue on the left side first. And I'm just going to line up this edge with this score line right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you can just open it up and make sure that they're lined up just like that. Go ahead and close it again. Now we're going to put glue here, and we will have the first side of our star done. So we're just going to fold it over and push it down right on top. Now, once again, you may have to finger open it. Not to worry, that's to be expected the first time. So just slip your finger in there and look at that. Oh, just perfect. Look at that beautiful, beautiful star. We're going to flip it over and we're going to open up our panels just like this. So we have one box on one side and one box on the other. Making sure that our design is going the right way, I'm going to put some glue on the left-hand panel first. And I'm just going to line it up right here with this score line right here in the middle. You may need to go ahead and pop it up so you can see where it is, especially when you have a busy design like this. We need to make sure it's in exactly the right place, and it is. So I just kind of pop it up to make sure. Push it down. And now we're going to add glue to this side. Fold it over and just push it down. Let it grab for just a second. And now we are just going to finger open all our boxes. And look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Now, what makes this so bold is what we're going to do right here. So we have our star. And like I said, this will stand up on someone's desk and actually become a beautiful picture of the sentiment that you're sending, right? So what we have done is we are going to add this paper. Look at that, makes it pop already, right? And the paper we've selected is brushed with beauty. It has so many beautiful designs in it. We're also using delicate framing because we're using So Happy For You, and then we're going to decorate a little bit with these Petals of Beauty Stampin' die set. So let's go ahead and lay this beautiful paper down. I want to remind you that all the measurements will be listed over on creativemomentsbyg.com. So look at that. So pretty. This is the perfect gift to send someone. Maybe slip in a little gift card. Maybe you have a secret Santa. Either way, it's just such a beautiful card and makes such a statement. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to just add something right here with our sentiment, and we're going to stamp a little bit. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Now I am using that Petals of Beauty stamp, and it's a double stamp process. So we're going to stamp with Flirty Flamingo first as the base. But before we do that, I think we will stamp our sentiment right in the middle so that I know exactly where to stamp our beautiful flowers. So tap, tap, tap. We're just going to set it right in the center. And now we're going to bring in some of our flowers. So our background on our flower is going to be Flirty Flamingo. Just going to add a few little flowers. And then we're going to bring in some of the smaller flowers as well. And now we're going to bring in Calypso Coral to give us that beautiful definition. So tap, tap, tap. And the way I'm lining these flowers up is this is a real focal point, this little part that juts out. Look at that. You always have to figure out exactly where to line them up. Now we have our little flowers. And we're going to bring in some leaves. And for the leaves, I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. It's kind of a muted green, and I really like that. And look at this. Look how pretty that is. So easy. Just grab those stamps, your flower stamps, and stamp a little design. So now we're just going to add this right to the top. Now I'm going to bring in my Kalel because I want to wiggle, wiggle. Just going to add this right to the center, making sure that our margins top to bottom and side to side are about the same. And now look at this beautiful card. Oh, I just love this card. You stand it up, it has a beautiful star. You can write on the back. It keeps it very private. And it absolutely fits inside an envelope. It's a 5x7 envelope. And we are going to decorate this envelope very quickly. So I am grabbing just a piece of scrap paper. I'm going to put some glue on my envelope flap. Just line it up right on the edge. Flip it over, and we're just going to cut around it. And look at that. Look at this beautiful set. It really is a gift set. Now make sure that you stay with us to the end because I'm going to show you an actual card. Instead of just a mat here, we have one designed with the card. So, are you ready to create our second version of this? Now this second one is going to be a Christmas card. So the first thing you want to do is grab your mat for your base card. And we know that that is a 6x5. So we have our mat right here. Then you want to go ahead and cut your 6 panels, your 6 mats. And our panel mats are just, we know, 5x4. Now we're going to have 2 that are scored one way, and we're going to have 4 that are scored a different way. So let's look at our scores that we're going to put into our 2 sheets. Remember, 2 of those will be scored at 1, 2, and 3. So let's do that. And let's go ahead and fold these. So find that score line, which is kind of hard to find on patterned paper, right? So just go to where the score lines are, give it a good crease. You can bring in your bone folder. And it is just like this, okay? 2 of them. Next, we're going to grab our 4 mats, and we are going to score those at 1/2, 1 1/2, 2 1/2, and 3 1/2. So let's go ahead and get that 1/2 inch scored. And now we're just doing 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. Now that they're all scored, let's go ahead and go into each one and give it a good crease. Now we're going to bring in our silicone mat. We're going to bring in our base mat. And we are going to take our 4 mats that are scored the same, the ones that have the little tabs on the end. Now we're going to add some glue to this left tab. And we are going to just put it right on the edge of this. So fold it over and make sure that the edge of that is perfectly aligned with the edge of the paper. Now it's hard to see on that, so I'm going to bring in a white piece of paper to make sure that I have it lined up just perfectly. Now add glue to this tab, and we're just going to push it down to our base mat. So how do we do that? We fold on this second score line right here, fold it flat, and just fold it over. That creates our box just perfectly. So let's make sure that's really adhered well. Now open it up, grab another mat. We're going to put glue on the left-hand side. Now this paper isn't directional, so I don't have to worry about it. Make sure that flap is folded and just line it up against the box. Just like that. Just pushing down, making sure that that is even on the card. Everything is lined up. Put glue on this tab, and we're going to just push it down. Fold it on that second score line and just fold over. And we have our 2 boxes. So we're just going to push it down, making sure that we have our boxes, and we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Grab your mat on the left-hand side, that little tab, put some glue on it, fold it over and line it up. Let's add some glue to this tab, fold over the second score line, and just fold it against the mat. That creates your box. And finally, one more time. Now we have our 4 boxes on our mat. So we're going to go ahead and push this down and take our boxes and fold them in opposite directions. And we're going to grab our other 2 mats. Remember, you're going to take it, fold both sides in, because we're going to glue it right down in the middle of those 2 boxes. Very easy. I like to do one side at a time, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. I'm going to line it up with this score line. So just make sure that you have it right there. I always push it down and then I hold it up just to make sure I have it right on that score line, especially when you have patterned paper. It's kind of hard to see the score line, right? So we have that. Now I need to add my glue on this tab. This one's a little easier to do because all you do is fold it over and press it down. The other one on the left-hand side kind of acts as a guide, so once you have that straight, not to worry. Now you just need to finger open everything. And there we have the half star. So we're going to flip this over. We're going to take our 2 boxes and we're going to fold them in opposite directions, one to the left and one to the right. Bring in your last mat, fold over those 2 edges. We have it open, fold them towards the inside, put glue on the left, and find this edge right here. That's where you're going to line it up. Once you have that one done, The right side is very easy to do. So we're just going to make sure that we have that lined up, which we do. Now I'm just going to add some glue on this side. And we can just fold it down. Dancing fingers to get everything stuck together. And we will probably have to finger open. Just perfect. Oh my goodness. And now look how we're going to decorate this. We are taking some gold wrapping paper once again, and we're just adding that to our black just to make this pop. So let's go ahead and just open this. Get this lined up right in the center, making sure that we have about the same distance top to bottom. I have taken this beautiful paper, Modern Christmas, and I have cut out some of these trees, so I didn't even have to stamp anything. We are going to add these trees right here to the side, but before we do that, we're going to stamp our sentiment. So we're going to bring in our Knight of Navy. Tap, 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 and I'm going to put this right in the center. We're going to add this right like this, but because I don't want a spot right there, I've brought in another tree. Just going to add it. So let's go ahead and bring in our Kalel because I want to wiggle wiggle. And we're just going to cut off the edges right there. And look at how pretty that looks. But before we add this, I'm going to use another technique, and I'm just going to bring in a marker that has a fine tip point, and I'm just going to add a few little stars around here. And really just dots. They're not even stars. Just another little technique you can do. And look how cute that looks. So cute. I put some glue so I could wiggle wiggle. We're just making sure we have the same margins, top to bottom, side to side. And look at that. So pretty, but we're not done. Let's go ahead and create an envelope. Because when you send something this beautiful, you need an envelope, right? Let's add some glue to our flap right here. And let's just take a piece of scrap paper that we have. I'm just going to line it up right here. It's very Christmassy, has some ornaments on it. Going to bring in my scissors and just cut around it. And we are ready to send. Now let me show you how this fits perfectly in our envelope. You just fold it over and slide it in just like this. And it fits perfectly. You take it out. What do you think about these beautiful cards? Let me show you all the cards, plus the extra one that I said I would show you. Okay, so I'm going to lay it just like this. Now here's the other one that we created. Oh, look at that. Just gorgeous. This one I'll set up so that you can see the beautiful star that it makes. I showed you this one earlier. Look at how beautiful it is. Creates that beautiful star. These are bold cards. Oh my goodness. And finally, we created one that has a card in it. Look at this. This is definitely going on someone's desk or shelf just to view it. And look at the envelope that we made to go with it. Well, we hope you love this Star Fun Fold as much as we do. When we saw it on the internet, we just couldn't believe how beautiful it was. We hope that we were able to take these measurements and directions and make them easy for you, because it truly is an easy card to make and so much fun. Well, if you were inspired, Maudie and I would love it if you would take a moment, subscribe, and share with your friends so that they are also inspired. We certainly appreciate you and hope that you have a fantastic day. And until next time, Maudie and I wish you lots of creative moments. Bye-bye.